too must be sick in the head. Has anybody find out what trigger it off? What make him to be doing that? If you get one of them and you can locate or you can find out what his childhood was all about, what happened, why did he do it? If you can find out, then you will know how to start treating him. It's when somebody is alive that he can talk or she can talk. But that child died. So that's a capital punishment. They used to call them Omofela, Omofela, Omofela. So one day Fela now sat down and said, let me give these people one Omofela, Omofela. I was there on the day of the wedding. If a man rapes a matured woman and you are telling me stigmatization, you don't want to talk, and then after 3-4 years you now talk, they should jail you yourself. Fela don't write music down. You can never see Fela take sheet of paper and write music. He doesn't write it down. He goes, he start practicing it. Then he will give you your own tune. Drummer, your own tune. This one, your own tune. He will give you 3 days to learn it. Two kind of laws in Nigeria. One for the poor man and one for the rich man. Is it only poor man that is raping people? Is there no rich man that is raping people? There are rich men that are sleeping with mad people on the road because they want to make money. There are some fathers that are sleeping with their daughters, but they are big men.
That's rampant. We are aware of that.
So, what's the big deal, for God's sake? You see, when you are talking of rape, there should be 3 kind of categories. It's like murder case. It's like murder case. You should have 1st degree, 2nd degree, 3rd degree. Because if me and my husband were quarreling and he annoyed me, or I know him with another girlfriend, I go and tell police my husband raped me. Because when you say no, it's no. But you see, it can work in a society where people tell the truth. They will look you in the eye and they will tell you lies, and they want you to believe in that lies they are telling you. When you see most of them on TV, they're asking them questions. You see, once they start, I will tell the people with me, I say, these people want to lie. He's looking for the grammar to put down. Why can't we tell ourselves the truth? Why can't we tell ourselves the truth? Now everybody is shouting of rape. Now it's the in thing now. Every organization now, rape, rape, rape. We've been on this thing for the past 2 years. I was given an ambassador's award for it 2 years ago.
In Abuja.
We're working underground. There's a scenario now that a man was sleeping with 3 of his daughters. The wife came to come and report. We said, okay, we're going to take it up. When we said, we want your husband for police, he said, no, police must not arrest my husband though. And the youngest of his daughter was 10 years old he's sleeping with. 3 of his daughter, he's sleeping with the 3 of them. And the wife is now saying, no, they must not, I cannot arrest my husband though. So why did you come and tell us? That's why I said, when you are doing things like this, you should have a place, a safe house for these people. You see, all of us are taking of rape. What's the solution? That's why we are trying to see what we can do. We want to have a center in Ogun State here, have a center in Abuja. Maybe by the time we go around, we have a center in all the states. So that in a situation like that, you first of all pull out those children. Give them a comfortable home. People to counsel them, to talk to them. Do you understand? And to make them feel they can still be loved. Then you start working on them psychologically. Not just for you to talk of rape. They should kill them. They should call their pennies. That man, what is wrong with him? That man too must be sick in the head. Has anybody find out what trigger it off? What make him to be doing that? If you get one of them and you can locate or you can find out what his childhood was all about. What happened? Why did he do it? If you can find out, then you will know how to start treating him. Even if he's going to go to jail.
Will you support Governor Kayode strategy of publicizing their jail time? He make it a public gazette and put it.
Oh yes, the public have to know. In America, when you rape, it goes into your record. So if you're going to get a job somewhere, they press your everything comes out. They will know you're a rapist. You see, that's why when there's crime in country that is civilized, that kind of crime, they will go into details. They will bring out the book. They will match it. That's how they can locate them easily. But yeah, we don't have record now. When somebody come out of jail, you will go into one village, you will mix with them. You don't know him anymore.
And can continue the project.
And continue there.
Can you become a president?
You can even become a councillor, a local government chairman.
Yes.
It's not taken.
Yes.
Knowing this is
past. Nobody.
Then at the house, he will now travel abroad and rape again.
And come back to Nigeria. So, it saddens people like me as a person. Because before we start going into this rape matter, what other things do we have for those children that are raped? Those women that are raped?
Victims.
Those women that are victims, what plan do we have for them before we start saying? That's why you will see when things like that happen, they go to court, then they will settle them behind, then they will not go to court again. If you don't go to court again, Adajo cannot jail anybody on your behalf. You have to be there to come and say your own part. But when they give them 100,000, 200,000, the family will tell you we're not doing case again. That's the level of poverty we're into.
What's your position to the House of to the Senate? National Assembly is proposing, some say let's cut their pennies, let's castrate them. Some say no, let's give them long year jail time. What? Some say death sentence, and I look at rape and say, is it capital punishment that will stop it? So what do you think should be the real appropriate punishment for this kind of heinous crime?
Saying there should be decree 1, decree 2, decree 3. A man that rapes a 3-month-old child doesn't even need jail time. Death sentence is what he needs, because that child has died. Abi, he's not only rapist anymore, he's a murderer. He's a murderer. It's when somebody is alive that he can talk or she can talk. But that child died. So that's a capital punishment. We waste too much time. It's different than when a husband and wife, and you come home and you touch me and I say, I don't want to do it, Joe. And you force me to do it because you pay my dowry. I now go to police station. How many of them will now go to police station, go and report my husband that he raped me? Police will first of all laugh at you. Who is it? Do you know the man? Yes. Who is he? My husband. They will tell you, say, madam, you know serious. Go sit down for one place, I beg. Your husband rape you. How many pikin you get for her? We have 3 children. They say, I beg, madam, go sit down somewhere. It's not that all of them are talking about it because it's the in thing in Nigeria. You know, Nigerian, we like sensational news. That's what it is now. That's why you are finding a lot of NGO. Everybody is coming out trying to make a name, trying to say that, yeah, campaign against rape. After campaign against rape, what follows?
But now we also have young ladies that are coming out and say, this person slept with me 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. Like right now, D'banj is on his own. A lady came out and said he raped me in a hotel so years back. That's the musician, the hip hop musician. And she said he came to meet me in my room after the show. Somebody introduced, and now D'banj said D'banj is now saying he's suing her for 1.5 billion. And the case, nobody can even say which one is truth. So how do we handle this kind of complex situation?
You know, we used to have. When you are growing up, you used to adore you used to love you used to adore your star, you know. Like me, I used to get crazy for Fela. Fela was my in thing. Oh, Fela, he was my idol. That is what it is. When you now see D'banj or you see this, how are you? You now follow him to the room. He now talks to you. Even what were you looking for that you followed him to his room?
He said he came and meet him in a room that she was sleeping.
Why did
she woke up that he has gotten the key in another. He didn't know how he got the key. That is another hotel.
Look,
he just met. He met him on top of her because I also interviewed the former.
When he removed his clothes and everything, and she now. What kind of sleep was she sleeping?
Deep sleep. Maybe it's a deep sleep, really. Because we interviewed Olori too, the former Olori of the King Oluwo too, said the same thing, that she was at the party and after drinking she went to sleep only for her to meet the KBC on her around 3 a.m. and there was nothing she can do. She allowed him to finish up, and from there he took her to the palace until when he sent her out this December.
He took her to the palace to do what?
He Olorinized her. He made her to become Olori.
He married her.
Yeah, something like that.
He married somebody that raped you.
No, he took her and something happened.
He said Oba
that he said that Oba gbẹ́sẹ̀ lé.
Palace Oba ti máa ń gbẹ́sẹ̀ lé wọn.
He said that it was a party. No, it was a party. The Oba wà ńbẹ̀. Only Oba when they introduced him Oba, she just came from Jamaica.
Sọ pé òun gbẹ́sẹ̀ lé ńbẹ̀.
No, ìgbà tó dòru Oba ó wá bá Oba lórí ẹ̀.
Oba gbẹ́sẹ̀ lé kò ní lọ bá sùn.
It was like maybe she was drunk or she was tipsy and she only met the man. That's what she said because she's a very.
Get into her room. Look, you see, that's one.
Maybe disappeared or something.
He disappeared. He's a ghost. After finishing, why didn't he disappear again?
No, maybe the thing because she got him like on top of her already.
She's a foreigner. So
she's a foreigner. She's a foreigner. She didn't even know about the tradition. Yeah, she's a foreigner from Canada.
Why did she now end up in palace?
Maybe as a form of compensation that I will marry you. She said she complained that Kabir say I will marry you, I will take care of you, I will do this.
Has he not been doing it?
Ma?
Has he not been doing it?
That was the first time.
Has he not been doing it?
Doing it like.
Has he not been looking after her in the palace?
No. That was the first time they were meeting at the party. And from there he took her to the palace. Yeah, recently now he sent her.
Went with him to the palace for how many years?
4 years now.
She was Olori for 4 years. Yes. There are some people that are praying to be Olori just for 1 year.
And he said he was beating her. There are a lot of things.
And she stayed.
No, until he now chased her out in December.
My brother, you see, that's where investigation comes up. There are some police people that are good in investigation in this country. But you see, would they give them room to actually do the proper investigation? You see, everybody, I'm not saying the KBC is right or whatever, but there's never any smoke without fire. Like some girls, we see you, they adore you. Oh, I love that bobo. Oh, I like that boy. Just one day, let me just, you will see some girls, they will go to a bar and they will go, they will kiss him and run away. You are giving the man a common invitation. And now the guy now says, I like you too. You're a very nice looking girl. Da. And then you now went. You gave him your room. You now went to sleep. How are we sure that you didn't leave the door open for him to come in? Hotel will never give a stranger another key to your room. They will never give your key to another person to your room. It happens. We've all done young girls young before now. They say, okay, are you going to come after you finish? Okay, I will come. I will come when I finish. Okay, I will leave the door open. A lot of them do it. Girls used to line up for Fela now. He doesn't have to force them. If Fela was still alive today, I'm sure so many girls will say Fela raped them. If Fela was still alive today. No, but it's true.
For marrying 27 one day and sacking them one day.
He married 27 of them because he wants to give them a sense of belonging. Because they used to call them Omofela, Omofela, Omofela. So one day Fela now sat down and said, let me give these people one Omofela, Omofela. I was there on the day of the wedding. We won a case at Igbore. Then Tunji Braithwaite was alive. May so rest in peace. So we've planned that we're going to do the wedding in Tunji Braithwaite's building. When we got there, Babalawo, everybody was there. Igbore, Tunji Braithwaite just turned born again. So we were all upstairs, camera, everybody were there, wanting to do the ritual, right? So somebody now went to tell Tunji downstairs, Fela ma marry loke àwọn Babalawo gbo. To de okay bye, bo lo ya mi fún gbogbo wa ni. Kita, we all run away. So he now said, let's go to Anthony at Becker's house. Ibẹ̀ náà ti ṣe wedding fún gbogbo wọn. Ṣebí tó tiẹ̀ ti bímọ fún ìyá Mary. She too, she wanted to be part of it. People want to relate with a successful person. You see those artists thing, this artist raped me, that one. To me, I don't look at it as, I'm sorry, I don't look at it as any big deal. Because ọmọ tán bíire kì í rìn òru.
Ọmọ tán bíire kò ń rí gbèrègbèrè lóru. So if you are to be given to be the jury between D'banj and the lady that is accusing him now, you might likely give the lady a wrong judgment.
It's not that giving wrong judgment. You have to go to the roots of the problem, where it came from. Okay, he raped you how many years ago? 4 years ago. Were you sleeping? Who did you complain to? And they did not take up the case. You see, a rape, if somebody raped you and he did not keep you under lock and key, you should report it that same day. Because there's so many procedures you have to do. You go to the hospital, they have to test the sperm of the man to make sure the man, there's so many things that you have to do. Not after 3 years. How many men don't sleep with you after that one?
But the side stigmatization that most of this lady, we are now in the era of Renaissance. There's a new Renaissance of courage. People are now talking. People are saying, yes, he did it to me, but I didn't want to talk because what the society is going to say, the stigmatization and all that.
Let me tell you, if a man rapes a woman, a matured woman, if a man rapes a matured woman, and you are telling me stigmatization, you don't want to talk, and then after 3-4 years, you now talk, they should jail you yourself.
Some after 20 years. Like Busola Dakolo and that pastor in Abuja.
Once you have kept it inside, what brought it out?
But it happened in the case of Bill Cosby in America too. A lot of ladies came out.
Yes, they came out. What ended it?
Because B is now in jail. It also came out in the case of R. Kelly. A lot of ladies came out last year. R. Kelly is in jail now.
I agree with you. Those are civilized countries. Those are places where they do investigation and demand themselves, they confess it. They pleaded.
But here, nobody want to talk. They even bragado you. They use
pleaded.
Police. No, they use police. If you go and reveal that this Danku prophet raped me now, then they will go and use police and be gagging your family. A lot of things go on in this country. People are not encouraged to speak out.
I'm not saying people should not speak out, but there are some things that
You are talking like an enlightened. You are trained abroad. I mean, I'm sorry to say, ma, you are not trained in this country. You are trained in London. You train in America. So you are talking from that orientation, that perspective. But in this country, people say,
okay, let me tell you one thing. This was 1970. 77, 78 in Ikeja. I was at the police station at Ikeja one day. Armed robber went to one man's house in GRA. When they broke in, they took everything, they raped his wife and everything. When he heard, he came on the next flight the following day. When he got home and his wife told him, you know what this man did? The wife had gone to the station and make a report and everything. When the husband got home, she now told her husband what happened. The husband told her, we're going back to the station. I was at the station when they came. He told the police people, do you know they even raped my wife?
That's an enlightened man from a country. He's not the Nigerian base.
He didn't wait for 1 week.
Yeah, he's from a freedom.
Even raped my wife, and the wife confessed it there. And she wrote it down.
That's different society. You are talking that the man came from abroad. Maybe he has a different orientation.
He lives here. He lives here with his family.
Yeah, but he had a different orientation. He has a courage. Individual difference.
There's no Nigeria that don't have courage. When we do things, sometimes we do things that will favor us. Now that everybody is talking of rape, you are coming 20 years, 30 years after. You see, Bill Cosby and all those people, they can trace the lineage, they can trace the incident back to when that thing happened.
But how did they trace the sperm and all the scientific aspect? How? Maybe they are going to use psychology.
Yes.
So how did they get?
And the man, at the end of the day, when he sees the chips are down, and for them to reduce the sentence and everything, he will tell the truth.
In Nigeria, they don't tell the truth.
That is what I'm saying.
The ladies are not, they are not an advantage.
It's their word against his. Okay, Dakova own, what happens? Dakolo, what happens?
They'll be opening and closing the case, opening and closing the case, opening and closing the case.
Who is losing at the moment?
Well, because the pastor has series of other allegations, other women are coming out. He has that reputation for sexual misdemeanor.
With who?
With a lot of ladies.
Which pastor?
This same Fato Yimbo pastor of Koza.
That's a Gucci pastor.
He called Gucci pastor, just like Hush Puppy.
Gucci, he likes Gucci now. It's the Gucci the woman liked. You see, that thing is very
dicey.
It's very dicey. It's something that somebody cannot, dribble into, because it takes a lot. A psychiatrist have to check him, check the woman. They have to put her in transit for her to be able to say exactly what happened. Do you understand? But we don't have all that here. Is your word against his money? Somebody that murders somebody, but because he has money, he will get away. Not to now come and talk of rape. You see, I always tell people, when incident happen, even if you are not going to take action, go and make a report. It will be there in the archive of the police. Like when this thing happens now, you can say, I went to so police station and reported it. They will bring out the extract. Yes? No? Police will bring out the extract that yes, on the 5th of so and so, year 70 something, this lady came here and reported rape. We investigated, but we didn't see anything. It has been in the record. So now that all this thing is happening, they just go to the archive. Then she will be believed. Like that man I told you they raped his wife. If they catch the armed robber tomorrow or something and he confess, they will trace that man. They will go and trace the record. That is what records are for. Even if you don't have the power, if you feel nothing is going to happen, there's nothing wrong in reporting it. I made a few mistakes. There was a boy that came here. One of my boys had an accident in the factory. And then we rushed him to the hospital. From there, I fought with the hospital here and said they should transfer him to Ibadan. I was spending so much money on him in Ibadan. Then one day his brother came He said they needed money. We were giving him money because they were staying with him in the hospital. But the boy was taking money, they were chopping it. So one day I got angry. So my boy that was in charge of that case had gone home when he came. So I called that one to come back and give him money. So that one, I asked him, where is your receipt? He said, don't ask me for receipt. I told you I want money. Blah. That one said, I cannot give you money without receipt. He now dragged the boy with his shirt from back. I saw it from downstairs. And I ran upstairs. I said, what the hell is wrong with you? I called police. People started begging me. That please, mommy, blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, police should go. I left him. Do you know when his brother left the hospital? Instead of him to come here, he didn't come here. He now went to a lawyer and sued us to court. But that day, if I had allowed them to take the brother to the station and incident the case, I wouldn't be in court today. So there are so many things we don't know. We just look at police, that police is only for when you are fighting or when you are... No! There's another incident on a land I bought. People writing to me that I'm messing up the land, blah, blah, blah. That please, so you should come and help us to see. I went there to fence it. One boy came and meet me and was challenging my people. I said no. If I have a house in that area myself, I will be so angry because the odor, the smell, the chemical they were pouring in that place. I fenced the place and I left. Police came that day because he didn't want them to do. I called police. Police came, they put him behind the truck. We were going to the police station. Everybody on the street started begging. Mommy, Ejo, Mommy, Kiniko. They started begging. I said, okay, police, I'm not doing case anymore. Let him go. We're in court now, claiming the land and bringing different kind of... Do you understand what? Police is not only there just to harass people. They have their own usefulness.
I understand now.
They have archive. If any incident happen, that's why they say when two people fight, the first person to run to the station is the complainant. You see, that's why I'm saying that the law is there to protect everybody. But sometimes we take the law for granted. So all this rape thing goes along. It has different diversion, different kind of ways you can go into it. I'm not saying what his name, D'banj did is right, but maybe at that time he was a reigning star. He was a reigning star. Everybody wants to be his girlfriend. So he can get away with murder. He can. Do you know how many girls he is virgin? Because they believe that he wants to marry them. Are you now going to blame him? Did he only rape you once? No. If somebody rape you once, it's a different matter. But if you now sleep with him 3, 4, 5 times, it's no more a rape. Abi? No, I don't know law to that.
Maybe it now become a pleasure and leisure.
So you now know that everybody is talking of rape. Maybe because he jilted her, he's now remembering that he raped her. No, I'm just saying, I'm not saying that's what happened, no. But I'm just, it's a common sense thing. We women, we can victimize any man when we don't get our ways. I'm not saying what D'banj did is good or is right. I don't know the story and I'm not ready to know the story. But if you call left and right and take them to a psychiatrist, no, it's true. We believe going to a psychiatrist in this country is only when you are going crazy. It's not. They will be able to find out. They will take you back. They will take you back. You will remember exactly what happened.
That night.
Yes.
And you can be able to situate the incidents better.
That is it. You are flinging yourself at a guy. You are doing like this. You are doing like that. You are wearing half.
It's called bonfo.
Bonfo. Yes. We used to wear bonfo in those days too. born for his mini dress. We used to wear it, show your leg, you know.
Show laps.
No, we know they show laps. See, they reach knees like this. Okay. This is they reach knees.
But the seduction must be complete.
You know, but you are not doing it to you are doing it to look good, not because you want to entice a man.
To look hippie. So, Nigerian, look, you see, we take everything upside down. That, you know, before you can convince somebody for this rape thing, a lot of work have to go into it. A lot of work have to go into it. If the guy is telling you is a lie, is your word against that man. You must be able to tell it the way it is. If the lady comes,
if you leave your room open for him, he say, okay, after the show, I will come and see you. And you say, okay. That does not give him the right when you say no for him to force himself on you. And when it gets to that stage, it becomes rape. But who did you report to?
What if you start prostrating for you? When you say no, you start prostrating on the floor, begging you that please.
Your name should still be no.
No, that you should let you enter since he's seeing it already.
No, your name should still be no. Even
and he's telling you that his body is shaking.
Then let him go and take a cold shower.
That his body is shaking already.
He should go and take.
He's having a hard erection, man.
Go and take a cold shower.
That's bad, man.
What would it get to that stage that a man will strip in your room? You should not even allow him to take off his clothes. You push him to the door.
The moment he sees it, his life, his career is already down. His PhD is gone. You know how it means.
I don't know what PhD is.
You don't know. You lose the PhD already. There's common sense. The royal common sense is gone.
Any man can be tempted.
That's why I call it pull him down. You have already pulled him down psychologically.
Any man can be tempted.
Yeah.
You know. But you see, the irony of it, that's why I said there should be 2-3 category of rape. First degree, second degree, third degree.
So in Fela's case now, what did you see happen that day during the wedding?
He got where
we went
to Anthony Village, Beko's place. That was when they now do all the ceremony, and he married his 27 wives.
That was
now they stop being Omofela, they now become Iyawo Fela.
He become Ayafela. Ayawani.
They become Ayafela. He was one of the greatest men on earth that lived. Yes, Fela was. People think he was crazy, but he was seeing what we were not seeing then.
They thought he was eccentric.
Yes.
But it was a prophet.
Fela don't write music down. You can never see Fela take sheet of paper and write music. He doesn't write it down. He go, he start practicing it. Then he will give you your own tune. Drummer, your own tune. This one, your own tune. He will give you 3 days to learn it. On stage like this, he expects you to get it. And he listened to every instrument. That was how wonderful he was.
Details, like
if you make a mistake, he will point to you like this. If he says this, you are losing 2 naira from your salary. If you make like this, you are losing. No, it's true. And they will remove it from your salary. So you are compelled to play the right tune. He's the only musician that had ever stopped a concert in Europe because somebody went wrong. He stopped the whole concert. He was a genuine person. But people didn't understand him. They didn't understand him. He
lived before his time.
Yes, he lived
ahead of time.
Yes. I think so. People were not seeing what he was saying. Look at all the music Fela has made. Which one is not coming through today? From what year to now?
Even the Molu, 99 standing, 49 sitting, suffering, and every day now the same thing, suffering every day.
Far for work,
amen.
Enjoy from heaven,
amen.
Christian go they shout. No, Christian go they call spiritual to heaven. Yes. Muslim go they say Allahu Akbar. Suffer for what? Amen. Enjoy for heaven.
Amen.
I mean, those are the things that are working now.
They are turning out to be prophetic.
Very, very prophetic. And that's why we can never get another Fela. Even in children, none of them can be like Fela. None of them.
Would you define me as a prophet in this sense?
Fela was not, I won't say Fela was a prophet who. Fela was a unique person. He was just unique.
Enigmatic? Enigma?
Well, if you say so.
Because you saw him at close range.
Quote me, go quote me. But Fela was just a person that.
But will you have married him if he came after you?
I can never marry Fela. Lie. No. I don't
Those days.
smoke, I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't drink. So we are not compatible. But I enjoy his music. And Fela is fun to be with, you know. When you are with Fela in the morning, by the time you get out there, you find out it's night. You wonder, how long have I been sitting in there? It was like that. He keeps you.
So he has that genius to arrest you, and you won't know what's going on outside there.
Yeah, he was. And he loved everybody. And you see, Fela was a disciplined person. People look at him as Omorare Kiniko. If Fela's children do something wrong for you outside, just find a way to get to Fela and report to Fela. And the way Fela will discipline that person in front of you, you won't believe it.
In fact, the real discipline we saw in him was that he had 27 wives, but he was able to raise 6 children, and one died after his death.
Yes.
That is, I forgot your Shola. We have Yeni is the first child.
Yes.
It's Shola that died. Yeni is the first.
That was the last born because he was Femi.
Yeni,
Femi, then Shola.
Yes. So, and we now have Kunle, we have Shalewa, and I think another
the one from the 27 wives.
Yes.
Kunle was
Sheung, from one particular woman. Yeah. I think we have 5 now. Shalewa and Sheung and I think Femi, Yeni and Kunle. Yes. So I think he's a unique person.
He is. You know, and Fela was. Because that time in England, we were all in England. You know, Fela, Komi Oshobu, Tunji Braithwaite, JK. I don't even know where JK.
JK Rando. I think he lives around somewhere on the island.
No,
he's old now, very old.
He's now, yeah.
Still active.
His wife was working at UTA.
Okay.
You know, airline that time. You know, they were fun people. Fun
to be
loved. Yes, they were loved. And they were great men.
In their own season.
That was a great man.
In his own season.
And I don't think we can get another Fela like that again. We can't. Because it tells the truth. It says the way it is.
Say the way it is with his melody and the message. With
a message, melody, anything, call it. He wants to drive the message home until you understand it. Even when he sang Zombie, it was how many people that were buying Zombie more? They bought more of his record. Zombie was one of the classical. And Lady.
Yes. If you call a woman African woman, no go grey, he go say, I be lady.
I will tell you the story of that lady later.
No, tell us now. Tell us now.
No.
Okay, we'll reserve for another time.